Deep within the dense, emerald heart of Mesoamerica, a profound mystery lies hidden. For centuries, tangled roots and thick canopies guarded the secrets of one of history's most sophisticated civilizations. What we perceive as untouched wilderness once thrummed with the vibrant life of millions, a landscape meticulously engineered by human hands. This is the realm of the ancient Maya, an empire not defined by territorial conquest in the European sense, but by a shared cultural identity, intellectual prowess, and monumental architectural ambition. The jungle whispers tales of a time when colossal pyramids pierced the sky and intricate cities flourished, only to be reclaimed by nature, leaving behind an enduring enigma. Imagine a civilization without the wheel, without metal tools, yet capable of constructing vast cities, developing a precise calendar, and mastering an advanced hieroglyphic writing system. The Maya achieved all this, and more, flourishing for nearly 2 millennia. Their understanding of astronomy allowed them to track celestial movements with astonishing accuracy, predicting eclipses and mapping the cycles of planets. Far from being a single, unified empire, the Maya were a collection of independent city-states, each with its own powerful rulers, distinct artistic styles, and a complex network of trade and alliances. It was a world of profound spiritual connection, artistic expression, and intellectual innovation. Then, around the 9th century AD, the heart of the classic Maya civilization began to falter. Great cities, once teeming with life, were abandoned. Monumental construction ceased. The intricate hieroglyphic records that chronicled the reigns of kings and the cycles of time fell silent. This period, often referred to as the classic Maya collapse, remains one of archaeology's most vexing puzzles. Was it prolonged drought, incessant warfare, environmental degradation, or a combination of factors that led to the depopulation of their urban centers? The answers continue to elude us, even as new discoveries offer tantalizing clues, reshaping our understanding of this magnificent civilization's rise and fall. The story of the Maya doesn't begin with grand pyramids, but with humble beginnings rooted in the fertile lands of Mesoamerica. Long before the Classic period, farming communities began to coalesce, harnessing the agricultural potential of their environment. Maize, or corn, was the bedrock of their civilization, a sacred crop that sustained their growing populations and allowed for the development of settled villages. This agricultural revolution laid the groundwork for increasing social complexity, leading to the emergence of chieftains, specialized labor, and the earliest forms of monumental architecture. From these simple seeds, a complex society would eventually blossom. By the pre-classic period, spanning roughly from 2000 BC to 250 AD, Maya communities were already demonstrating remarkable ingenuity. The first substantial settlements appeared, some growing into significant regional centers like El Mirador. Here, massive pyramids, predating those of the Classic period, were constructed, showcasing early Maya engineering prowess and the ability to mobilize large labor forces. These early cities developed complex social hierarchies, with powerful elites commissioning public works and artistic expressions that hint at the sophisticated belief systems to come. This foundational era, often overshadowed, was crucial for the later flowering of Maya culture. Maya society was rigidly stratified, with a divine king, known as the Keoholaja or Holy Lord, at its apex. These rulers claimed direct descent from the gods, acting as intermediaries between the human and spiritual worlds. Beneath them were a powerful noble class of scribes, warriors, and priests, who managed the complex affairs of the city-states. The vast majority of the population comprised farmers, artisans, and laborers, whose toil supported the entire system. This intricate social structure, bound by religious beliefs and a shared cultural identity, allowed for the ambitious monumental projects and intellectual advancements that characterized the Maya. One of the most profound achievements of the Maya was their fully developed hieroglyphic writing system, one of only a handful to arise independently in the ancient world. Carved into stone stele, painted on ceramic vessels, and meticulously folded into screenfold books known as codices, these glyphs recorded history, mythology, rituals, and astronomical observations. Scribes, highly respected members of the elite, painstakingly documented the reigns of kings, military victories, and cosmic events, providing us with an unparalleled window into their sophisticated worldview. Deciphering these ancient texts has been key to unlocking the Maya's past. The Maya possessed an obsession with time, not just in its passage, but in its cycles and profound cosmological significance. They developed multiple interlocking calendars, most famously the Long Count calendar, which tracked vast spans of time from a mythical creation date. Coupled with the 260-day Tzolk'in and the 365-day Hop calendars, these systems allowed for astonishing precision in dating events, predicting celestial phenomena, and scheduling rituals. Their temples and observatories were aligned with astronomical events, demonstrating a profound understanding of the cosmos, believing the movements of stars and planets held great sway over human destiny. The Classic period, from approximately 250 to 900 AD, represents the zenith of Maya civilization. This era saw the flourishing of numerous independent city-states, each a vibrant political, economic, and spiritual center. Cities like Tikal, Palenque, Copan, and Calakmul rose to prominence, becoming architectural marvels. Monumental pyramids, elaborate palaces, sophisticated ball courts, and intricately carved stelae adorned these urban centers, proclaiming the power and legitimacy of their rulers. Art and intellect reached unprecedented heights, leaving behind a legacy that continues to captivate and challenge our understanding of ancient human potential. Among the greatest of the classic Maya cities was Tikal, located in present-day Guatemala. For centuries, it dominated the political landscape of the southern lowlands. Its skyline, defined by towering limestone pyramids like Temple I and Temple II, reached heights rarely seen in the ancient world. At its peak, Tikal was home to tens of thousands of people, supported by extensive agricultural systems and a complex infrastructure of reservoirs and causeways. Its monumental architecture served not just as temples and palaces, but as powerful symbols of its rulers' connection to the divine and their control over vast resources. The sheer scale is breathtaking. Further west, nestled in the highlands of Chiapas, Mexico, lies Palenque, renowned for its exquisite architecture and the discovery of the tomb of Kinich'Chana Pacal. Pacal, one of the most celebrated Maya rulers, oversaw a period of immense artistic and architectural achievement in the 7th century. His sarcophagus, found within the Temple of the Inscriptions, is a masterpiece of Maya art, depicting his journey to the underworld and his rebirth. Palenque's stucco reliefs and detailed carvings offer an intimate glimpse into the lives of its elite, their religious beliefs, and their sophisticated understanding of cosmology and royal succession. Maya art was not merely decorative, it was imbued with deep religious and political meaning, serving as a powerful medium for communication. From monumental stelae depicting divine kings to intricate jade masks and vibrant murals, every piece told a story. The Maya perfected stucco sculpture, creating lifelike portraits and narrative scenes that adorned their temples and palaces. Ceramics, often painted with mythological figures and hieroglyphic texts, offer invaluable insights into daily life, ritual practices, and their complex pantheon of gods. This artistic legacy reflects a people deeply connected to their history, their environment, and the spiritual realm. Central to Maya culture was the elaborate and often ritualistic Mesoamerican ballgame. Played in specialized masonry courts found in every major city, it was far more than a sport. For the Maya, the ballgame was a cosmic reenactment of the struggle between life and death, light and darkness, integral to their religious beliefs. Players, often members of the elite, used their hips and elbows to propel a heavy rubber ball through stone rings. While some games were purely ceremonial, others involved high stakes, including human sacrifice, reflecting the profound spiritual significance woven into every aspect of Maya life and death. Contrary to earlier perceptions of the Maya as purely peaceful stargazers, archaeological evidence reveals a dynamic and often violent political landscape. City-states engaged in endemic warfare, seeking to capture resources, control trade routes, and take captives for ritual sacrifice. Hieroglyphic inscriptions frequently recount military victories and the subjugation of rival rulers. Powerful alliances, like that between Tikal and Dos Pilas at different points, shifted and broke, contributing to periods of intense conflict. This constant ebb and flow of power, driven by dynastic ambition and resource competition, was an undeniable force shaping the classic Maya world. To sustain their dense populations, the Maya developed remarkably sophisticated agricultural techniques adapted to their varied environment. In the lowlands, they utilized raised fields and intricate canal systems to convert swamps into fertile farmland. In other areas, terracing prevented erosion on hillsides, while milpa systems, involving rotating crops like maize, beans, and squash, maintained soil fertility. This intimate understanding of their landscape allowed them to maximize food production, forming the economic backbone of their urban centers. Their ingenuity highlights a profound connection to and masterful manipulation of their natural world. As the Classic period progressed, subtle signs of strain began to appear. While many cities continued to flourish, some inscriptions hint at increasing political instability and more frequent, devastating wars. The demands of large urban populations put immense pressure on fragile ecosystems, leading to deforestation and soil erosion. It's a complex tapestry of interconnected challenges, where the very success of the Maya may have sown the seeds of their decline. What once sustained them, their innovative agricultural practices and burgeoning populations, slowly began to turn against them as the environment struggled to keep pace. One of the most compelling theories for the classic Maya collapse points to prolonged periods of severe drought. Paleoclimatological data, derived from lakebed sediments and stalagmites, reveal a series of intense droughts in the 9th and 10th centuries AD, precisely coinciding with the widespread abandonment of southern lowland cities. For a civilization heavily reliant on rainfall for its sophisticated agricultural systems and urban water supply, such persistent dry spells would have been catastrophic. Crop failures, famine, and competition for diminishing resources could have plunged the region into irreversible crisis, undermining social order. Compounding the effects of drought was the widespread environmental degradation wrought by the Maya themselves. The construction of monumental cities and extensive agricultural fields required vast quantities of timber, leading to massive deforestation. Stripped of protective tree cover, the landscape became more vulnerable to erosion, reducing soil fertility and increasing the silting of crucial water reservoirs. This self-inflicted environmental damage would have exacerbated the impact of natural climate shifts, creating a vicious cycle where a declining resource base struggled to support a once thriving population. The balance between human ambition and natural limits was broken. While warfare was always a feature of Maya civilization, the late Classic period saw a significant intensification. As resources grew scarce and populations struggled under environmental stress, competition between city-states escalated. Defensive fortifications became more prominent, and iconography shifted to depict more brutal combat and captive sacrifice. This constant internal strife would have disrupted trade routes, displaced populations, and diverted vital labor from agricultural production, further destabilizing an already fragile system. Instead of uniting against a common threat, the city-states turned against each other, hastening their own collective decline. It is increasingly clear that no single factor was responsible for the classic Maya collapse. Rather, it was likely a complex interplay of environmental, social, and political stressors. Prolonged droughts weakened agricultural systems, which were already strained by extensive deforestation. This environmental vulnerability then fueled intensified warfare over dwindling resources. Overpopulation in some areas pushed the limits of sustainable practices, while political instability undermined the authority of rulers. The resilience of the Maya, formidable for centuries, was finally overwhelmed by this perfect storm of crises, leading to a profound societal transformation. The collapse was not a sudden, cataclysmic event, but a gradual process of abandonment and migration. People didn't vanish, they moved. As conditions deteriorated in the southern lowlands, populations shifted towards the northern Yucatan Peninsula, where a more resilient post-classic Maya civilization would later thrive. This mass exodus from formerly powerful cities left behind the iconic ruins we see today, slowly consumed by the jungle. The once vibrant urban centers became silent testaments to a vanished golden age, leaving modern archaeologists to piece together the narrative of their decline through the whispers of stone and soil. For centuries, the rainforest held the secrets of the classic Maya. It wasn't until the 19th century that explorers like John Lloyd Stephens and artist Frederick Catherwood dramatically brought these lost cities to the world's attention. Their vivid accounts and meticulously detailed drawings of sites like Palenque, Copan, and Uxmal sparked global fascination, igniting the field of Mesoamerican archaeology. These early pioneers, hacking through dense jungle, battling disease and hostile conditions, laid the groundwork for all subsequent research, revealing the sheer scale and artistic brilliance of a civilization long forgotten by the outside world. For much of the 20th century, Maya hieroglyphic writing remained an undecipherable mystery, dismissed by many as mere pictographs or calendrical symbols. However, breakthroughs in the mid-20th century, particularly by scholars like Tatiana Proskuryakov and Yuri Norizov, proved the Maya script was a phonetic and logographic system that recorded actual history. This revolution in epigraphy unlocked the dynastic histories, political rivalries, and daily lives of the Maya, transforming our understanding from a vague, esoteric culture to one rich with individual personalities and detailed historical events, echoing across millennia through their carved words. In recent years, a revolutionary technology called LiDAR, or light detection and ranging, has transformed our ability to see through the impenetrable jungle canopy. Mounted on aircraft, LiDAR pulses laser light thousands of times per second, mapping the terrain beneath the foliage with incredible precision. The resulting data strips away the trees, revealing the subtle contours of ancient structures, roads, and agricultural features that would otherwise remain hidden. This groundbreaking tool is literally peeling back centuries of jungle growth, exposing a Maya world far more extensive and densely populated than previously imagined. LiDAR surveys have painted a startling new picture of the Maya lowlands. Instead of isolated city-states amidst vast wilderness, it reveals an interconnected megalopolis. Millions more people inhabited this landscape than archaeologists had estimated, supported by sophisticated agricultural infrastructure like extensive canal systems and raised fields. It suggests that the total population of the classic Maya lowlands may have been closer to 10 to 15 million, significantly higher than prior estimates. This denser, more complex settlement pattern challenges long-held assumptions about the Maya and raises new questions about how such a massive population was sustained, and ultimately, why it declined. The power of LiDAR has not only revealed existing cities in greater detail but has also uncovered entirely new, previously unknown Maya settlements. These discoveries challenge previous understandings of regional boundaries and political influence, indicating a far more complex and competitive landscape. Some of these newly identified sites feature their own pyramids, plazas, and sophisticated architecture, underscoring the decentralized nature of Maya power and the sheer number of autonomous centers that once thrived. Each new site adds another piece to the grand mosaic, continually refining our map of the ancient Maya world and expanding its known frontiers. Every new LiDAR discovery, every deciphered glyph, forces a reassessment of what we thought we knew about the Maya. The image of a scattered, less integrated population is replaced by one of an intensely interconnected and engineered landscape. This continuous process of discovery and reinterpretation is the essence of archaeology, constantly bringing us closer to understanding a civilization that defies easy categorization. The Maya were not static, they were dynamic, adapting, struggling, and innovating, leaving a legacy that modern science is only now fully appreciating, proving that history is never truly settled, always evolving. Crucially, the collapse did not mean the end of the Maya. While the great cities of the southern lowlands declined, Maya civilization continued to flourish in the northern Yucatan Peninsula during the post-classic period, 900–1500 AD. Cities like Chichen Itza and Mayapan rose to prominence, exhibiting new architectural styles and different political structures, often with stronger ties to central Mexican cultures. This demonstrates the incredible resilience and adaptability of the Maya people, who continued to thrive and evolve, carrying forward their rich cultural traditions long after the classic centers were abandoned, and right up until European contact. Today, millions of Maya people continue to live in Mesoamerica, speaking dozens of distinct Maya languages and maintaining many of their ancestral traditions. Their vibrant cultures are a living testament to the enduring legacy of this ancient civilization. From their intricate weaving and colorful textiles to their deep connection to the land and their unique spiritual practices, the modern Maya carry forward a heritage that has survived centuries of change. Their resilience reminds us that the Maya are not just a people of the past, but a living, evolving culture whose contributions continue to enrich the world. The story of the Maya, with its incredible achievements and its enigmatic decline, offers profound lessons for our own modern world. Their environmental struggles, deforestation, soil erosion, and the challenges of managing water resources in the face of climate change echo contemporary concerns. The intricate balance between population growth, resource management, and political stability was a central theme in their story, just as it is in ours. By studying their successes and failures, we gain invaluable perspectives on the sustainability of civilizations and the complex relationship between humanity and its environment. The preservation of Maya archaeological sites and the protection of indigenous Maya cultures are critical endeavors today. Organizations and local communities work tirelessly to safeguard these invaluable treasures from the ravages of time, looting, and modern development. Sustainable tourism, respectful archaeological practices, and support for indigenous rights ensure that future generations can continue to learn from and be inspired by the Maya. It is a shared responsibility to protect this extraordinary heritage, not just for historical appreciation, but for the profound wisdom it offers to our shared human journey. Our understanding of the Maya is constantly evolving. With each new discovery, the picture becomes richer, more nuanced, and more complex. From a seemingly lost civilization, they emerge as masterful engineers, profound thinkers, and resilient people who navigated immense environmental and political challenges. The lost world of the Maya is not lost at all, but perpetually being rediscovered, reinterpreted, and brought back to life through the tireless efforts of archaeologists, epigraphers, and the living Maya themselves. It's a journey into a past that continues to shape our present and inform our future.